Myocardial viability assessment is important prior to decision on revascularization. The term viable myocardium is applied to myocardium with a potentially reversible contractile dysfunction in patients with coronary artery disease. It can be divided into stunned myocardium and hibernating myocardium. Stunned myocardium has prolonged contractile dysfunction after a transient ischemic episode and coronary reperfusion. This automatically recovers over a period of time. Stunned myocardium is commonly noted after thrombolysis and primary percutaneous coronary intervention. Hibernating myocardium has reduced contractile function due to persistently impaired coronary blood flow. Hibernating myocardium regains contractile function partially or completely after revascularization. The goal of myocardial viability assessment is to identify those patients who will improve with coronary revascularization. It is useful to triage those with heart failure into ones which require revascularization versus those who require left ventricular assist devices or cardiac transplantation. It can predict the recovery of myocardial function with treatment and thus the prognosis. Assessment of myocardial contractile reserve can be done by echocardiography and other imaging modalities. Segmental thickening and systolic function can be assessed by echo and MRI. Myocardial perfusion can be assessed by single photon emission computed tomography and myocardial contrast echocardiography. Metabolism of myocardial cells are assessed by positron emission tomography. Myocardial scar can be detected by CMR, seen as late gadolinium enhancement or LGE, and by multi-detector computed tomography. Myocardial viability assessment by echocardiography. Diastolic wall thickness will give an idea regarding the myocardial viability. Thin and hyperdense myocardium is likely to be scarred and non-viable. Dobutamine stress echocardiography documents the contractile reserve of the myocardium and hence indicates viability. Myocardial perfusion is assessed by myocardial contrast echocardiography. Strain and strain rate imaging is done by tissue Doppler and speckle tracking. There are various methods of assessing diastolic function using Doppler and tissue Doppler echocardiography. End diastolic wall thickness is one of the simplest methods to screen for myocardial viability, which cardiac surgeons check most often. End diastolic wall thickness more than 5.5 mm has a sensitivity of 94%, albeit with a low specificity of 48% for detection of myocardial viability.